Hi YouTube, it's Lena, and I'm here today with my Pan That Palette update. So if you're tuning in for the first time, well, I should probably actually just, link my playlist down below. That's the word. That's the word. If you don't know, I am panning both the Tartist Pro to Go and the Sleek When the Sun Goes Down miniature palette. I've been saying it all year, you'd think I'd remember it by now. Plus I am rolling in kind of a palette of the month thing every month to give myself a little bit of variety, but we'll go with the Tarte first because that is the one that has the most progress. Here's what it looked like last time. And here's what we have today. Now I said last time I'm not going to finish all of these this year. I'm going to roll what's left into next year. So we had a little accident with Boss. It slipped out of my fingers one day and I gouged it with my nails. It's unfortunate, but it does happen. However, I did make some really good progress in two of the shades. For Hype, I managed to finish both the pointing up sides. My goal this month is actually to finish the rest of it, and I'll talk about why. It's going to slow some other stuff down in a minute. I did manage to get a good dip going in Crisp. Hopefully I can hit Pan on it this month, but as long as I hit Pan on it by the end of the year, I'm happy. And I'm trying to finish one of these pans because they're actually a mixture of Drive and Styling to get a shade that I can work in my crease. But I've been working on the Drive side to try and finish this year. Mostly this month I have been using it in my brows and a little bit to contour with. Now the contouring, my contour brush is about this long, so it's kind of wearing down a big streak in the middle at once, all at once rather than just in one spot. So I'm figuring a lot's gonna disappear at once at some point, probably in December. So I feel like I'm still pretty much on track to hit my revised goals. And these three I'm going to work into my Pan That palette next year. So hopefully I can get them finished then and work this out of my collection. Y'all, Tarte shades are no joke. I didn't realize it. I've never seen anybody try to finish one of these before. I've seen people hit Pan on them, but never try to finish, so. And because I've been really working on the gold shade in there, I kind of neglected this one because I had been going like an eyeshadow a month and been doing good with that for the most part. I had to catch up one month and I managed to do it, but I was working on this shade right here. Now, I do have progress in it, so, because I am actually wearing it today on top of the gold shade, which is how I've really been wearing it at all rather than on its own. But what I'm going to do is because these are all basically like variations of lid shades, so, which is why they're the last ones I've been working on really. Like I've used up the really dark shades, I've used up all the really light shades, and I've used up all the matte shades at this point. So I'm just down to the little bits left. So what my goal is to finish Hype first, which really shouldn't take me that long, honestly. And then to really start wearing these three as lid shades and hopefully get them done by the end of the year, which I think I can do. I don't think it's going to be too big of a problem. Because they're deeper than you think they'll be. They are deeper than you'll think they'll be, but I can still finish them pretty easily. Now, last month I had rolled in an e.l.f. palette for my palette of the month. Well, as soon as I was done filming, I don't know what happened, but I lost the damn thing. I don't know where it went. Now that I'm not trying to find it to use it, I'm sure it'll turn up because that's how my life goes. But I never got to use it once. I mostly focused on eyeshadows that are in my various project pans and got some work done on them. So I decided to kind of stick with that. And by rolling in this is actually in my 50 Shades of Purple project pan. It's the Violets by Juvia for Juvia's Place. Now my goal in that project is to use each of these shades 5 times. I don't know if I will necessarily hit that with these shades this month, but I figure if I roll this in, I'll at least get some usage on them. Besides, I'm also trying to finish up my purpley shades in that project. Maybe not quite by the end of the year, but definitely get them at least mostly finished by the end of the year. So these will go really well with that in particular, but hopefully I can figure out a way to work them into my, you know, more goldeny warm shades too, even though these are actually quite cool. So other than the dark shades, I'm not quite sure how I'm going to do that, but I will figure something out so that I can get some work on this. So short and sweet, but that is it. Stay tuned through the end so that you can see my progression from beginning of this year until now, actually the very end of last year. I will show what I'm going to pan next year in December like I did last time. So I will start my pan that palette for 2022 then, but honestly I'm already kind of poking at it a little bit because the shades are really powdery, so they're really easy to use up, and I figured, you know, after getting my ass kicked by Tarte shadows this year, I should pan something pretty easy for next year. Although it's a bigger palette, but those shades are so powdery that I don't suspect there will be any problem going through them. It's just that they're all neutrals now, so I'm going to keep up the idea of throwing colorful shades in the other project pans so that, you know, I don't get too bored. So that is it. Thank you guys for tuning in. As always, I do really appreciate it. And hopefully I will see you later. Bye!